Do you know the biggest secret to speaking English fluently? It's not about memorizing thousands of words or mastering grammar rules. It's about training your mouth. Yes, your mouth is a muscle, and like every muscle, it needs practice, repetition, and confidence to perform well. When you listen to native speakers and wonder how they speak so naturally, it's not just because they know English, it's because their mouths are trained to produce the sounds of English smoothly. Imagine this. You go to the gym to build your body. You don't expect muscles after one workout, right? The same is true for your speech muscles. If you never move them in English, how will they grow strong enough to express your thoughts clearly? Speaking English is not about perfection. It's about practice. Every time you move your tongue, every time you open your mouth to form English words, you are building confidence, one sound at a time. Most people hesitate to speak English because they fear mistakes. But remember, even native speakers make mistakes. The real failure is staying silent. When you speak, your brain and mouth learn to work together. You begin to create rhythm, tone, and flow. Your tongue starts to dance with English. That's the beauty of daily speaking practice. It transforms fear into fluency. Think about a singer. Do they become great overnight? No. They train their voice daily, warming up, repeating sounds, improving control. You must do the same with your English voice. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Repeat words. Mimic sounds. Read aloud. Talk to yourself. It might feel strange at first, but that's how real growth begins in private practice before public confidence. Remember, English fluency isn't a gift, it's a skill. And every skill can be learned, shaped, and improved. If you truly want to speak English with power, train your mouth every day. Speak even when no one listens. Speak until your words feel natural. That's how champions are made, through relentless, consistent, fearless training. Part 1. The power of daily practice. Fluency isn't magic, it's muscle memory. Every single time you open your mouth to speak English, you are training your muscles, your lips, your tongue, and your vocal cords to move in new patterns. In the beginning, it might feel uncomfortable or unnatural, just like learning to play a musical instrument. But over time, your mouth learns. Your voice begins to flow. Your speech becomes smoother. This is the true power of daily practice. Think about a person who wants to learn guitar. The first day, their fingers hurt. The second day, they make mistakes. But the more they practice, the easier it becomes. One day, their fingers move naturally across the strings without even thinking. The same happens with English. When you practice speaking daily, your mouth becomes familiar with English sounds. You stop overthinking and start speaking automatically. The truth is, most people wait for fluency before they start speaking. They say, "I'll speak when I'm ready." But that day never comes. You don't get ready by waiting, you get ready by doing. Every time you speak, even if it's just a few words, you're improving. Every attempt builds confidence. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. Daily practice turns fear into freedom. Start small. Talk to yourself in English when you wake up. Describe what you see, what you're doing, or how you feel. Read a paragraph aloud every morning. Watch an English video and repeat after it. These tiny habits create massive change over time. Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference, but it has to be every day. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Remember this, your mouth doesn't learn English by silence, it learns through sound. The more you use it, the more fluent it becomes. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect word, or the perfect accent. Start now, right where you are with what you have. Fluency is not about talent, it's about training. So commit to your daily practice. Speak a little today, more tomorrow, and soon your mouth will do what your mind always wanted. Speak English naturally, confidently, and powerfully. Part 2. Speak without fear. Fear that's a silent wall standing between you and English fluency. Most people know enough English to communicate, but they never open their mouths because they're afraid. Afraid of being judged, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding funny. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't protect you, it limits you. Every time you stay silent, you lose one more chance to grow. Think about how children learn to speak. They don't worry about grammar or pronunciation. They make hundreds of mistakes every day, but they keep talking. And that's why they learn faster. You can learn the same way by allowing yourself to speak freely without fear. The moment you stop chasing perfection and start focusing on progress, everything changes. Fluency doesn't come from knowing every word. It comes from using the words you already know. Many learners think, I'll speak when I'm ready. But readiness never arrives. The only way to be ready is to begin. Speak broken English, mix up tenses, forget vocabulary, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you speak. The more you speak, the more confident you become. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build with every spoken word. Imagine this. Every time you speak English, even with mistakes, you are breaking down the wall of fear brick by brick. One day, you'll realize that you no longer think before speaking, you just speak. And that moment will come only if you keep trying. Remember, people aren't laughing at your English. They respect your courage to speak another language. The ones who judge you aren't the ones improving you are. So stop worrying about what others think. Your goal is communication, not perfection. Speak to yourself in the mirror. Speak to friends. Speak to strangers. Every conversation is a workout for your confidence. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. So, don't let fear silence you. Let courage guide you. Mistakes don't define you, your effort does. The greatest English speakers in the world all started where you are right now. Uncertain, afraid, imperfect. The difference is they spoke anyway. And that's exactly what you must do. Speak without fear and you'll find your freedom in fluency. Part 3. Think in English. One of the biggest secrets to fluency is learning to think in English. Most learners translate every sentence from their native language before speaking. And that's why their speech feels slow and unnatural. Translation creates a delay between thought and action. Your brain works in one language while your mouth struggles in another. To speak fluently, your thoughts and words must move together in English, like a river flowing without interruption. Think about how you speak your native language. You don't translate, you just talk. That's what fluency feels like, effortless expression. The goal isn't to know every English word, but to make English your natural tool for thinking. When you start thinking in English, your mouth doesn't have to wait for permission, it simply speaks. Start small. Begin with simple everyday thoughts. When you wake up, tell yourself, I'm getting out of bed. When you're eating, think, this food tastes good. Describe what you see. The sky is blue. These tiny mental exercises reprogram your brain to connect your world with English words. You're not studying English anymore, you're living it. Another powerful habit is self-talk. Talk to yourself in English throughout the day. You can say, I need to go to work, or I forgot my keys. It doesn't matter how simple your sentences are. What matters is that you're building a direct bridge between your thoughts and your English voice. Avoid overthinking grammar while you do this. Mistakes are normal in the beginning. The goal is fluency first, accuracy later. As you think in English more often, your grammar will naturally improve because your brain will get used to English structure. Immersing yourself in English helps too. Listen to podcasts, watch movies, read short articles. Let your brain stay surrounded by the rhythm of English. Over time, English will stop feeling foreign and start feeling familiar. Remember, thinking in English isn't about intelligence, it's about habit. The more you practice it, the faster it becomes second nature. So stop translating and start living in English. Your mind will adapt, your confidence will grow, and your speech will flow. Because real fluency begins not with your mouth, but with your mind. Part 4. The shadowing technique. If you want to speak English like a native, one of the most powerful methods you can use is the shadowing technique. This method trains your mouth, your ears, and your brain all at once. It's not just about listening, it's about imitating. You listen to a native speaker and speak along with them, matching their rhythm, tone, and pronunciation as closely as possible. It's like becoming their shadow, moving when they move, speaking when they speak. Here's how it works. Choose a short English audio, maybe a speech, a podcast clip, or even a movie dialogue. Play it sentence by sentence. As you listen, repeat the words immediately, trying to copy the sound exactly. Don't worry if you can't get every word right at first. The goal isn't perfection, it's practice. You're teaching your mouth to move like a native speaker's mouth. Over time, your pronunciation, speed, and accent will improve naturally. When you shadow someone, you're doing more than speaking. You're absorbing the music of English, its melody, rhythm, and energy. English isn't a flat language. It rises and falls with emotion and emphasis. Shadowing helps you feel that flow. It makes your speech sound alive, confident, and expressive. Start with short clips. Even 1 minute of focused shadowing a day can make a difference. Pick speakers you admire, motivational speakers, actors, or YouTubers, and mimic their tone. Notice how they pause, how they stress certain words, how their sentences glide. You're not just learning what they say, you're learning how they say it. At first it might feel strange. You might stumble, laugh, or feel silly. That's okay, every learner feels that way in the beginning. Keep going. Each repetition makes you more fluent. Your tongue, lips, and voice will start syncing with the rhythm of English. And soon you'll notice something amazing. Your natural speech will start to sound smoother, more confident, more powerful. Remember, the shadowing technique is more than a practice, it's a transformation. You're not just learning English, you're training your speaking muscles to move with precision and confidence. So find a voice you love, hit play, and start shadowing. Because every word you echo brings you one step closer to the fluency you dream of. Part 5. Record and reflect. One of the most effective ways to track your English speaking progress is to record and reflect. It might sound simple, but this technique can completely transform your confidence and fluency. Most learners speak without realizing how they sound, which means they never get a clear picture of their pronunciation, tone, or rhythm. But when you record yourself, you hold up a mirror to your voice, and that mirror never lies. Start by recording yourself speaking for 1 minute a day. Choose a topic, your plans, your dreams, or even what you did yesterday. Don't aim for perfection, just speak naturally. When you listen to the recording, you'll notice things you never realized while speaking. Maybe you're too fast, too quiet, or mispronouncing certain words. That's the beauty of reflection. You get the chance to correct and improve. At first, hearing your own voice might feel uncomfortable. Many people don't like the sound of their recorded voice, but that discomfort means growth is happening. Every great speaker began with the same feeling. Over time, as you keep recording, you'll start to notice real progress. Words that once felt difficult will roll off your tongue easily. Sentences that sounded awkward will become smooth and confident. You can take this method even further. Compare your recordings weekly or monthly. Listen to how your pronunciation and flow evolve. You'll be surprised by how much your voice changes when you practice consistently. The difference between your first recording and your 10th will be like night and day. Another tip, imitate native recordings and compare. Speak a sentence from a podcast or movie, record it, and then listen side by side with the original. Where do you sound different? What can you adjust? This is how professionals train their voice through honest listening and repetition. Recording yourself builds not only fluency, but also confidence. When you hear yourself improving, you start believing, yes, I can speak English. That belief fuels more practice, and that practice leads to mastery. Remember, your progress might be slow, but it's visible. The more you record and reflect, the more powerful your English voice becomes. So pick up your phone, press record, and let your journey begin. 1 minute a day can change your speaking forever if you dare to listen, learn, and grow. Part 6. Surround yourself with English. If you truly want to master English, you must surround yourself with it every single day. Think of your environment as a language gym. The more you expose yourself to English, the faster your brain adapts. Fluency doesn't come only from studying, it comes from immersion. When English becomes a part of your daily world, what you hear, read, and think, your mouth naturally learns to speak it with ease. Start by changing what you consume. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, follow English-speaking YouTubers or influencers. Don't just listen, pay attention to the rhythm, pronunciation, and emotion behind the words. Even if you don't understand everything at first, your brain is still learning. It's tuning itself to the sound of English, building patterns subconsciously. That's how children learn. They listen long before they speak. Next, change your phone and social media settings to English. Read English captions, comments, and articles. Follow motivational pages. Watch English interviews or read short stories. These small, constant touches create an invisible web of learning around you. Suddenly, English isn't a foreign language anymore. It becomes a natural part of your environment. Try to connect with people who speak English, even online. Join English-speaking communities, discussion groups, or language exchange apps. Speaking with real people boosts your confidence and forces you to think on your feet. Every conversation sharpens your fluency. And remember, everyone you talk to was once a learner too. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, just focus on communicating. You can also create your own English zone at home. Label things in English: your door, mirror, desk. Write your to-do list in English. Speak your thoughts aloud as you go through your day. The goal is simple: make English your environment. Fluency isn't built by studying for hours once in a while. It's built by living in the language a little every day. Surround yourself so deeply that English becomes the air you breathe. When your mind constantly hears and sees it, your mouth naturally learns to express it. So don't keep English on paper. Bring it into your life. The more you surround yourself with it, the faster you'll speak it confidently, clearly, and naturally. Immerse, engage, and evolve. That's how you train your mouth to speak English like it's your second nature. Part 7. Stay consistent and confident. The final and most powerful step in training your mouth to speak English is consistency. You can have the best methods, the best resources, and the strongest desire, but without consistency, nothing lasts. Fluency is built one day at a time, one word at a time. The truth is simple. If you practice today and stop tomorrow, your progress fades. But if you speak a little every day, even for 5 minutes, your growth becomes unstoppable. Think of fluency like planting a seed. You can't water it once and expect a tree. You must nurture it daily. Each day you practice English, reading aloud, shadowing, recording, or thinking in English, you're watering that seed. Slowly but surely, it grows into confidence. And that confidence becomes your fluency. It's not about how fast you go, it's about how long you keep going. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, days when your words stumble, when you forget what to say, when you think you're not improving. But remember, consistency is not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. Progress hides in those quiet moments when you choose to keep going. And here's the secret. The more consistent you are, the more confident you become. Confidence isn't built in a classroom. It's built in the daily act of practice. Every time you speak English, you teach your brain that you can do it. That repetition turns fear into faith, hesitation into flow. Make English part of your lifestyle, not just a subject. Speak while you cook, walk, or drive. Think in English before bed. Listen to English while exercising. Keep the language alive around you. Little by little, it becomes part of who you are. Never compare your journey to others. Everyone learns at their own pace. Some improve fast, others slow. But what truly matters is that you never stop. Even the smallest step forward is progress. So stay consistent. Stay confident. Keep speaking even when no one listens. Keep practicing even when it feels difficult. Because one day you'll open your mouth and English will flow effortlessly, and in that moment you'll realize it was your daily effort that made it possible. Your mouth can learn any language, it just needs your permission to begin. Every day you speak English, you are training your future self. You are building a voice that can connect, inspire, and succeed globally. Don't let fear silence you. The world doesn't need your perfect English. It needs your real voice. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You don't need expensive teachers. You only need one thing: the courage to speak today. Remember, fluency is not about speed. It's about freedom. The freedom to express your ideas without hesitation. So stand in front of a mirror, open your mouth, and speak. Make mistakes. Laugh at them. Learn from them. Then speak again. The more you train your mouth, the more fluent you become. That's how real transformation happens word by word, day by day. So stop waiting, stop doubting, and start speaking because your voice is powerful. And when you train your mouth to speak English, you're not just learning a language, you're unlocking the door to a world of endless opportunities.